Do you ever catch yourself saying you'll start working out tomorrow or maybe next week? Wait a second, I have this dinner coming up. Maybe I should start next year. If that is you, this video is for you, because that was me 5 years ago. I was caught in this mindset. I would always postpone my goals, never feel like it's the right time to start, and I was just living in this start tomorrow mindset and never making any kind of progress. And to be honest, guys, that just left me feeling terrible about myself. A lot has changed since then. It's been 5 years of consistently showing up for myself, meal after meal, workout after workout, and honestly guys, I'm no longer the same person. I am a much stronger, happier, and definitely patient version of myself. Working out no longer feels like a chore for me. It's become part of who I am. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am 33 years old and I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. My hope for this video is that it's going to give you a boost of motivation so that you can get rid of that mindset and kickstart your fitness journey. And if you are already on your fitness journey and just feel like you're constantly falling off track, I'm hoping that this video will help you stay consistent and take your fitness journey to a whole new level. So every week, I used to be like, right, I'm starting this week. On Monday, I'm going to go grocery shopping and I'm gonna start eating clean and going to the gym. Come Monday evening, I'll feel like having some chocolate and I'll just give in to my craving and then feel like, oh, right, I've already ruined this week, so I'll just have to start next week. And then that will give me permission for the remainder of the week to just eat whatever I want, not go to the gym, and literally fall back into the exact same habits that I was trying to change. And sometimes I would actually stick with it for maybe a week or two, and then come one of the weekends, I would fall back off track, and it would be just this constant cycle of yo-yo dieting. And this whole cycle was so toxic because it just made me feel like I failed over and over and over again. And the only way I was able to get out of it is when I realized that having a bad day does not mean you have to start over. You're gonna have good and bad days during your fitness journey. And if you give up each time you face a bad day, you're not gonna get anywhere. The sooner you realize this, the sooner you're going to be able to start your fitness journey once and for all. This idea that everything had to be perfect in order for me to succeed held me back for a long time. I waited years before starting my fitness journey because it was imperfect. It wasn't the perfect time, it wasn't the perfect routine, it wasn't the perfect execution. And then when I did, I felt awkward. I felt like I didn't belong in the gym. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to use any of the machines. For a long time, I didn't even work out my upper body. And on top of that, I even hurt my lower back deadlifting. I made so many mistakes. It was far from perfect. But what I realized is that you just need to focus on taking that first step. And I'm taking this step after that. And before you know it, you're going to be years down the road and you're gonna find yourself miles away from where you started. So one of the reasons why I think I failed a lot in the beginning is because I would go on somebody's Instagram, somebody that I looked up to, and think, right, I'm going to copy their routine. So they work out 5 times a week, and I am going to work out 5 times a week. They do 3 cardio sessions. I'm going to do 3 cardio sessions per week because I want to look like them. So come Monday, I would start this really excessive plan, going from 0 to 100 right away, not realizing that they have a completely different schedule from me, that they have so much more experience than me, and that this is absolutely not sustainable for me at this stage of my fitness journey. And I would literally set myself for failure right from the start. And I would do this over and over again, just picking different kind of Instagrams and different routines and just never find what really worked for me. So don't neglect the fact when you're starting out Your plan needs to be very specific to your goals, but also to what is sustainable for you and your lifestyle. Because the last thing you want is to be copying somebody else's routine and doing something that makes you feel miserable and much more likely to fail. I think it's also because you give up so many times that when you do start, you just want to start full throttle. You just want to give it all you have. But that is exactly how you're going to end up burning yourself out. And I would say in the beginning, 2, maybe 3 sessions even, you're still going to see results. What really matters is to ease yourself into it and then build the foundation to then progressively add more and more to your training. Maybe an extra session, maybe some cardio. And that is exactly how the people you look up to got there. They didn't start doing what they're doing now. They built up to it. You're not going to go run a half marathon or a full marathon without training, and the same goes for the gym. You need to build that strength and consistency before you can commit to more intense workout schedule. And that is exactly what I've realized over the past 5 years, is that you really are playing the long game. And if you get ahead of yourself, you're going to burn yourself out and just feel exhausted and want to give up. It's really not about that. It's about just doing the best you can that day and then doing a little better the next day and a little better the next day. And that's how you build your discipline, strength, and get the results that you want. And we always think that the path from A to B, to where we want to end up and our final goals are, is just this clear set blueprint. But the truth is that you basically need to create that path, and that path looks a little bit different for every person. But in order to create it, you need to just start and do and make mistakes and face challenges and learn from them. And then eventually you're going to transform into that best version of yourself that you're looking to achieve. And it's only when I stopped worrying so much about the final result and started enjoying the little steps along the way, the little wins along the way, that I truly started to enjoy the process. Like, for example, when I got my first push-up, or when I got my first pull-up, something that I had thought I would never be able to do, or when I got stronger on my lat pull down because that exercise truly felt alien to me when I started, or when I more than doubled my bench press, when the bar alone felt extremely heavy when I started. It really is those little things, little wins along the way that motivated me to just keep going over the years. And I can't believe how much I have learned since I started. I promise you guys, happiness is not found at the finish line. It's found in the journey and the challenges we overcome along the way that shape us into who we are. And at this point, you may be thinking, gosh, I've tried the gym and I really don't like it. And see, this is where a lot of us go wrong. I feel like if you don't like the gym, you could try something different. You could try swimming, you could try running, or maybe you don't like the gym because you don't like the specific gym you signed up to. Maybe the vibe is not right for you. Maybe you just switch gyms and that just motivates you so much more. It's really about finding your community, finding your place, your safe place. I honestly feel like the gym is this place where I feel like myself. I can put my music on. I have this time for me, and you are going to know it and feel it when you find that place. And the funny thing is that it doesn't always have to be the same. Say you start weightlifting, you don't have to just keep weightlifting throughout your whole life. Your interests might change along the way. For example, for me, I started with doing BBG and Insanity at home because that was my comfort zone, and I would invite friends over and we would just put Insanity on my TV or on my phone and just do the workout together, and that was fine for a time. Then I decided to go to boot camp in a class setting, so I had already built kind of that confidence. Then I moved on to yoga because that was something that made me feel good. I really enjoyed hot yoga. It felt like it was the right thing to do at the time, and it is also what got me to my first push-up, which I was very proud of. But then at one point that was no longer enough and I wanted more, and that is when I found weightlifting. So we are people, we evolve along the way. And you might start with something and then completely change paths, and that's totally okay. But because it's going to be something that's sustainable for you, something that you love, it's not going to be as hard to start from the beginning. You're already going to have that discipline, that foundation built up. So you're just going to change paths and integrate that into your lifestyle. And that is the final thing I've realized, is that you really need to find something that's sustainable for you, something that fits into your lifestyle, and something that you truly love, because that is what is going to help you show up for yourself day after day. Comment if this has been useful to you, and I hope you take away some things from this video that help you get out of that headspace, because honestly it has helped me so much, and it has helped me get to where I am today. If you guys are looking for a fitness program to kickstart your fitness journey, you can watch this video next. And thanks so much for chatting with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.